Hello, 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 everybody. My name is Luna Linz, and welcome back to Creatively Dreaming. It's my third or fourth episode of this podcast, if you count the meditation or not. I don't know. But thank you so much for coming back. I missed actually yapping and just having a more energetic episode, so that's what this is gonna be. And yeah, can we just talk about how I babied my bang, I plucked eyebrow, and I did nail?
I dye my hair, I baby my bang, I pluck eyebrow, I do nails.
Can we just talk about that for a moment? Because my hair is so cute. I dyed it again. The reason why it was like a lighter pink is because I used color remover, and then my hair got a bright bubblegum pink because the hair dye that I used was Splat and Iro. Two hair dyes that will never ever ever come out of your hair, especially if it's pink or red. But so I was like, okay, we're just gonna be fucking bubblegum from Adventure Time, and that's just the vibes. Honestly, a serve, as they say. But I did want to talk about today about how I feel like I am not serving in my painting and my art world. Like, I'm making this podcast about being creative to give myself motivation to paint and draw and everything. But I think I've been putting so much goddamn pressure on myself after art school to do it that it makes me not want to do it. Somebody tells me that I have to do something, it makes me not want to do it. I don't know why that's how my brain is, but it's like, because it feels like I don't have autonomy over what I'm doing, and that's what it is. That's truly what it is. So that's what I've been struggling with, but I want to reclaim my creative energy. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, I think in my last episode it was a meditation. I was talking a lot about how you need to face your fears, and I feel like this is a prime example. Like, I feel like my fear is of, like, I don't even know what it is, like my art not going anywhere, because I do have so much art that is not really been out in the world. I haven't really done art markets, I haven't done this, that, and the third, but I have been working two jobs. I've it's been about a year since I've been out of art school, and let's be so for real, like, all I've been doing is working nonstop, and I have drawn like 1,000 pet portraits or something, or 1,000 plus probably in the past year or two, for another business, which I'm very grateful for that experience. Like, I learned so much from it. But now I don't have to worry about doing that, and I can put my creative energy back into my own art, because girl, I didn't realize, like, I knew it, like, people say it, like, yeah, when your art becomes your job, it becomes, like, difficult, because then you get creative burnout, and then you don't want to do things outside of your job that are related to art. And this is why, like, I kind of want to just become, like, a fucking dance workout, or, like, dance workout instructor or something. Like, I would rather become a dance teacher than an art teacher, because, like, then my work is separated from my personal artwork that is my brand and my personal business, you know what I mean? And I struggle to balance that. Like, and this is the thing of, like, people telling me that I need to do something, and I want to do the complete motherfucking opposite. Everybody's telling me that I need to become an art teacher, okay? I could see that for myself when I'm like 35, 40. Right now, I don't even feel like I know enough to become a teacher, like a good one. And I feel like people are like, can you imagine, like, me being an art teacher? Like, people would, those kids would look at me and laugh and be like, you expect me to listen to you, the girl with pink hair? Like, I don't think that's gonna, I mean, you know, like, I don't know. I just, like, maybe it would be fine. Maybe it would be more relatable as an art teacher. I don't know, but it's just, I, I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. Like, I would rather, like, and also it kind of feels like I'm, like, giving up on it's doing my own art. Like, I feel like that's what I need my career, or like my day job, if you will. My frog fell. Sorry. Just like this guy. No, but, like, for real, like, I feel like I need my day job to be more like, come on, bro. Stick it out over there. I, I need my day job to be like something fitness related or something wellness related, something to keep me active so that when I come home, I do have the motivation to do my artwork. Right now, I work as a custom framer at Michael's, which is fine. Honestly, like, it does because I look at paintings and artwork and posters and photos like all day, like random shit. Um, and it can be boring or monotonous, but like I've just started it, so it's not as boring yet. But like, it, me working as a framer is such a contradictory to like who I am as an artist. Like, none of my art is framed. Not one piece of my art is framed. I think one is framed because an art teacher did it in high school for me. Like, I didn't even do it. So it's funny that I'm now a custom framer, but at least right now, like, it's not burning me out creatively in the literal slightest. Like, it just kind of feels like mundane tasks for the most part, and I get to learn a little bit about preserving art and all of that slightly. Um, Considering I completely avoided that in college, and like I was such like a frame, a stretcher bar because I was just lazy. And so I would like cut things out and make them like more organic shapes. And then my professor would be like, this is like the complete opposite of like what I would want. I would want like clean, da da da. And I'm like, no, just like fucking throw it on a wall and just, see if it sticks. Like, we can just like cut things out and make it a weird shape. And, like, I don't know. I don't know if I'll be able to show this, but right above me is a uterus. Like, I cut that out and it's like an organic shape, but it doesn't have a frame. If it was in a frame, that would look fucking weird, right? Like, I don't know. Did I hear a knock on my door? Hello? I think I'm hearing shit. Literally at 2 or 3 a.m., I thought I heard someone knock on my door, but I don't know if my thoughts were just going too crazy or I'm gonna get. The more I talk on the internet, the more strangers on the internet try to diagnose me, so I'm not even gonna talk about it. I, not kidding. Like, I talked about how I like stimmed and I make funny noises as I go throughout my day and everything, and then somebody was like, "Yeah, my psychiatrist called that autism," and I'm like, "Okay, somebody is knocking at my door. Hello." My dad just came in, and he said, "I'm not even gonna ask." Like, I'm literally just filming a podcast. Like, it's not that big of a deal. But I probably only have like 10 minutes to film. I'm also going tubing today and have to prepare for that as well. I just felt the need to come on here and gig and gag because I a really old episode of 6 Feet Above, that podcast came up and I was listening to that and it just gave me so much energy and I was like, I need to film something right now. Like, I don't know what my energy is, but I just really wanted to talk about my art and my process and like how I actually haven't been making much art at all, and just talking about that because like, I've made little things since I've been out of college, like fan art and stuff, and like stuff digitally on my iPad. But I currently have a wall behind the camera of like clothes on the wall that I'm gonna paint and everything. And this goes back to me like saying fuck a canvas because I also like to make art that is more practical, that doesn't just sit on a wall. Granted, that has a place, and like I love obviously art that sits on a wall. Like, my room is covered in that, but I just want to make more stuff that is more useful because I have this complex of like I need to use material in a way that is sustainable because I will spiral about the earth. And there was a time that I was like collecting just like literal trash, to be honest. um just collecting trash for artwork, and it got to a point where I was like hoarding. I was like straight up hoarding, and then I had to like throw it all out because it was like an insane amount of stuff that like I, I could have used for art. But like, I'm also not like a sculptural girly. I'm not really like, tactile as much. Like, I like painting. I like making more 2D art, traditional drawing, painting. So that was just a moment in time. But anyways, I don't have too much time to talk, so of course now I'm like feeling pressure to like get it all out at once. But this might just be a short little cute podcast in between my next one as well. I don't know. I just kind of wanted to get some energy out. And I guess this is kind of like my morning pages for the Artist Way book. I've been really enjoying it. Oop. I also, let me see. I just love that my dad came in and he said, I'm not even gonna ask. I'm like, I'm just filming a video. Like I talked to him yesterday about how I want to like make things on the internet and stuff, like videos. I don't know why he was surprised, um but also it is just like a new digital world. Like this is not normal for like another generation, so I do get that. um yeah, so literally, okay, this, I have something underlined in pink here, where it says, as blocked artists, we tend to criticize ourselves mercilessly. Talking is hard sometimes. Um, which is so true, and literally what I was just talking about, I was just like, oh, I haven't been making a lot of art out of art school, as if I haven't been working two jobs, and like, but I will say I have been wasting a ton of time being on my phone and avoiding and procrastinating. And I think that's just because I don't feel like I have deadlines. And this is also why I am posting here on my podcast channel and on my main channel, because I want to use my main channel to post my art process and to give me incentive to do my art. Like, the algorithm needs consistency, and so it'll allow me to like make art, even if it's like I don't make a complete piece in a week. At least I will be able to film that and do that and have something to show for the world and for myself, to keep myself accountable for doing the artwork. And also, like, I am very, very, very hard on myself. Like, somebody told me that, like, not a super duper close friend, and but just a cool person that I know through a friend, that told me that I was really hard on myself. And I was like, and it's so different coming from somebody who doesn't know you very well. You know what I mean? Because then it hits so much harder, because you're like, oh, like, you have a fresh perspective of who I am, and like, you're so right, because like, it is so true. It's so fucking true. Like, I can be so harsh and critical of myself. And that's why, so the morning pages for the Artist Way, for if you don't know, you literally just write in a journal 3 pages and get out any of your thoughts, which is basically what I'm doing in this video instead for this morning. But typically you would write it down in a journal. But it also was saying that it could be pretty open, like, even if you just fill 3 pages. So if you decide to draw and that is your way of expressing yourself that morning, then that's fine. You know what I mean? But at least try to write a little something, even if it's just like, I don't know what to write, I don't know what to write, I don't know what to write. So that's something I was talking about, because it does just kind of let go of whatever negative bullshit is like banging around in your brain, to let it out and let it the fuck go, put it on paper, and then realize that like the shit's stupid and it's not that big of a deal, and I shouldn't be overthinking or over analyzing what, like, who I am and like what I'm doing in life. Like, let's center ourselves and remember that we are human and we are truly trying our best, you know, because there's so much comparison online. There is so much, like, everything's like done by robots nowadays. We don't really have as much community anymore. Like, the way that we are living in life is not normal. It's not a way of living that like humans have done before, or that humans are doing now. You know what I mean? Like, or doing now, what am I saying? You know what I mean? It's just not something that we've done before, and it's, our nervous systems are not used to it, and everything is very like fast paced, and it's the reason why like my brain was running last night, because I had posted a podcast, I also posted a YouTube video, and then I posted some videos throughout the day, and I'm wanting to do like this content creation thing, but then I was also like overthinking it, and I woke up from my nap and I was like, is this really what I want to do? Because I also really just want to connect with other human beings as well. Like, I would like to do that, as, you know, like, be a fucking human being and like have my job be surrounded by other people as well. So if you're an artist, comment below and I would love to connect and we can, like, I don't know, body double on FaceTime as we do art or something of the sort. I mean, I also want to record me doing art as well, but that will just like it just gives you more of an incentive when you're on FaceTime with somebody else doing art. Like, I did that with a friend the other day. We were both just like doing art, and I feel like I created so much more and so much better than I have in a very, very, very long time, because I just don't have that community, that space anymore that I did when I was in art school, and that like really had helped me. But yeah, so that was the Artist Way journey segment of this podcast. I think each podcast I will be talking about, you know, what I'm learning from this book, what I'm taking from it. You know, Doechii read this book, J. Cole has read this book, and like look what where they're at, you know, like they're slaying. And yeah, another podcast segment is Luna Lynn's lore. I don't even know what I want to bring to the subject. I do want to tell the story pretty quickly if I can. I don't know, maybe I should leave it for another time, but I feel like it shouldn't take me too long. Well, maybe I'll leave it as a cliffhanger for the Luna Lynn's lore for the next episode. So you'll have to come to that one, but I will talk about how my car almost blew up and fucking I was in a flood. Like, I was like on the way to a paint party. It was flooding, and I mean flooding, girl. And my transmission overheated and my car started to smoke. And it was a whole motherfucking thing. But I will talk about that story in more detail on the next episode. But anyways, thank you so much for coming to my rambly little journal here on this podcast for this episode. I really appreciate it, and each episode I feel like I'll get more and more comfortable with it, and I'll get more and more of a flow and more segments, because I would like to be somewhat organized, just so I'm not coming in and like spiraling, because I feel like in my second episode, not that I was fully spiraling, but I started talking about personal stuff that, like, I don't know, I normally wouldn't, but that episode has its place. Like, I won't say that I won't do something similar like that in the future, but I would like to have a little bit more organization, a little bit more idea for podcast topics and talking about different stories and my artist journey, as this is all about. So anyways, thank you so much for coming back to Creatively Dreaming with Luna Lynn. I hope you have a lovely day, evening, night, wherever you are watching this, and remember to be kind to yourself. Take up space. You're allowed to take up space and live your best life, and, you know, go write, go draw, go frolic, go drink some water, go, yeah, just live your best life. Thank you so much for coming to this little baby episode this week. But yeah, much love. Mwah. Bye.